Hi everybody, this is Zombie and welcome to another one of my Dungeon Boss videos. I've been using Dungeon Boss's latest hero, Lily Blossom, for about a week now in order to get an informed opinion about her. So finally I've been able to make this video and share some thoughts on her. So without further ado, let's go and see what she's got for us. First off, let's take a look at her ascensions. So her first ascension is in the top left, which you'll see on screen now. And her second ascension is there on the bottom right. Next then, let's take a look at Lily's traits. So the first one, we've got plant growth. This plant grows, increasing max health and attack at the end of each round. Stacks up to 8 times and resets with each encounter. What that means is that during PvP, that will keep on increasing every round for the entire PvP match, but for PvE, it gets reset after every room. So after you've beaten every single room, that goes back down to 0. Useful for PvP. I have made good use of it before, but I'm not too sure how much use that is in PvE at my level, because I tend to clear the rooms quite quickly and then move on. Next is magical, takes less damage from non-physical attacks. Then we have Pleasant Scent. I'm not sure how much usefulness I have found from this, but you have a chance to lower the attacker's attack rating whenever she's hit. Again, I've not seen that too useful, certainly not in PvP where I've used her the most. Oxidized Sap. Nature allies deal extra damage to armoured enemies. Now this is incredibly useful. This is what you can use in PvP. You'll see some footage shortly where you can absolutely obliterate any kind of armoured defenders. So the likes of Furnace or Astrid or Emily, Bauble. She absolutely wrecks them if you bring along some powerful nature allies like Viperia. She's a very good choice. You'll see in the footage, like I say, she absolutely devastates those armoured enemies. And then you've also got this that she does. This applies only to her, of course. That she will do extra damage versus tanks. So if you're fighting Furnace, you've got that combining with that. So that 2 times damage along with this, I think it's 0.75 extra damage, isn't it? Extremely useful for killing those hard targets. Let's take a look at the abilities that Lily has then. So first off, we have Sapping Vines. A ranged nature attack on all enemies that absorbs health for all your allies, reduces enemy healing, and grows allied plants for 3 turns. Now the most useful bit from this one, as far as I'm concerned, is this allied plants growing for 3 turns. So rather than gaining 1 stack on plant growth at the end of the turn, what actually then happens is you get 2 stacks on there. So it quickly builds up your nature allies attack and health very quickly. So that's useful if you're going into a long PvE battle, for example. The next one, Pollen Cloud. Range nature attack on all enemies. It grants evasion and buffs defense. Extremely useful, and that lasts for 2 turns. So you can see that's a good boost there to your defensive capabilities. And the last one with nature. Allies gain damage reflection and life steal on all attacks for 3 turns. Grows plants, and nature allies become plants until the end of the dungeon. So what I do in PvE, what I've been finding extremely useful, is that when the dungeon starts, I use an energy potion to get this recharged and cast it immediately rather than letting it recharge over however many rounds. The good thing about that is that any nature heroes on your team, obviously as it says, they then become plants, and the plant growth feature then starts to be working on them. So when you cast this one, and every turn that goes by, they're increasing their attack and increasing their health. So you end up with a very strong team. So it's really useful when you're in a long drawn out PvE dungeon. I know a lot of you guys ask about the rune setup that I'm using as well, so let's go take a quick look at those. This is just stuff that I've pulled off my other heroes, so the best runes, because again I want to showcase her in the best light possible. And this is kind of what I put together as what I think she needs, and she's very survivable. I could probably do with ditching one of these bulwarks, to be honest, and putting some more attack on there, but she's doing okay as it is. So take this or leave it, come up with your own configuration. I've not experimented much, and probably once this video is done and if I find that I'm not using Lily much, I imagine these runes will just get disseminated amongst my other heroes again. Right then, let's get on to the really interesting stuff. So I'm going to show you a couple of PvP examples. This is how I've been using Lily. So I've been combining her with Viperia because she's incredibly powerful. But that ability that does extra damage to armoured, which in this case is ×2 damage, means that she can absolutely shred the likes of Bauble and Emily, as you'll see now. So I've got Rocky in there to do his stuff, to give an extra turn and some evasion. But look at that, absolutely ravaged. And got Gzo in here, my level cap teammate. He's not got rubbish runes either. He's got good stuff on it, so you can see the kind of potency that Lily is able to grant on her nature allies. And there we go, done. Another PvP example, pretty much the same theme as before, except this time we're going to be using Zen to get rid of that Surf's Up debuff drenched from Kai on Viperia, so that she can do full damage. But I wanted to showcase how powerful this is, doing 2 times damage against an armoured target with Astrid, even though she's a fire hero. And there you go, utterly destroyed as promised. From my perspective, she's not too great in PvP defense. She's easily overcome. I put her in defense for a while, and yeah, I got beat by a lot of teams. People didn't seem to have too much of an issue doing that. In summary then, I think that she's a very well balanced hero. She's been well done by boss fight on that front, so she's not going to be going destroying any metas anytime soon with crazy power. But she is still well worth having. She's proven her use for me in PvP and also in PvE. Things will get really interesting, of course, when Boss Fight release some more of these plant heroes, so we can see some more synergies being shared across, and when they do, you can be sure that I'll be making a video of it. That's all for now, guys. Please do leave comments, questions or suggestions in the comments section below. I'll always try to answer. Remember to check out the rest of my YouTube channel for more Dungeon Boss videos, or search Zombie Dungeon Boss in Google or YouTube for more. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.